Welcome back, welcome back. Jay Sean is one of the hottest talents in hip-hop Asian music. He performs around the world and his records sell not in thousands but in millions. But before we meet him, let's hear a clip from his single, Ride It. Very good stuff there.
Thank you.
Very enjoyable. Now tell me something, you said towards the end of your spell with Virgin Records that they wanted you to do the sort of music that you didn't want to do. How do you define the sort of music, hip-hop and so on, that you do want to do? How do you describe yourself?
Okay, that's a great question, because I think for me, it was not necessarily, it wasn't a question of it having to be R&B or it having to be hip-hop. It was more a case of me having free control over who I wanted to work with, what kind of songs I wanted to write about, what kind of lyrics, how I wanted the videos to look, what I wanted to say in interviews, all that kind of stuff. So it was more the bigger picture. So for example, when you're signed to a major label like Virgin, when I was there, you're pretty much a puppet on a string. You know, they've put all this money behind you. They're making you into a name. You do what they say. So when it comes to writing music, they're like, right, Jay, we need you to go in with the hit makers. We want you to, and they put you in with the usual candidates, the people who have had big pop records, big pop successes for other acts in England, for example, Atomic Kitten at the time, Blue at the time. And I'm like, this isn't really the kind of music, the music I fell in love with was soul music and R&B music, and I want to go and write in America perhaps, maybe write with some people who, you know, can produce the kind of music I want to do. And that, it wasn't so easy to do that when I was with them.
Yeah. And so now, you've got a new deal in America, haven't you?
Yes.
With Cash Money. Good name for a record label.
It is, yeah. Let's hope I make some good cash money.
Yeah, exactly. And there, for releasing the first album they've done in America, they've got you to change some of the songs, but not change the style.
That's right, exactly. And that was spot on, really, because for me that was really important. I think, you know, when you're in an industry like mine, you know, you're taking a bit of a risk if you're not the boss. If you're not your own boss, which you rarely are in this game, you know, someone says, I'm gonna make you famous, I'm gonna put your music out there, but it needs to be like this. So you do end up compromising a lot. But because this album that America is putting out now, I wrote my own, I actually put it on through my own record label, which was called Jaded Records. When I left Virgin, I set up Jaded, and I wrote the album I wanted to write. And now what I did was I licensed that album to Cash Money in America. But because it's been out for a while, of course, with the internet, stuff like that, they're like, right, everyone's gonna have this album, so let's change it a little bit so we can give America something new.
Has the world changed at all with your Asian music and all of that? Do you get screaming females tearing your clothes off all over the world?
I think the moment that goes is the moment I'm in trouble, you know, because that's the beauty of this industry. It's the girls that keep this alive. They're the ones who go out and they buy the records, you know, and they're the biggest demographic, the biggest consumer demographic.
But has life changed with all the internet and all those things for pop stars today?
Oh, completely. It couldn't have changed more. I mean,
really?
Oh yeah, it's switched the whole game up. The music industry at the moment, to be honest with you, is not what people think it is. It's not what it used to be by any means. You know, there was a time in the good old days, we call them, of the heydays of music, when if you liked a song, there was only one way you could get it. You had to buy it. You had to buy it on a vinyl back in the good days, and then it went onto CD. Then unfortunately went onto a format where it was free, and that's when it got onto the internet. So as soon as it got into the internet, people had the option now. They're like, love the song, not going to buy it, even though it's just 79p. I can get it free from here. So what happens is they listen to your music, they just take the whole thing for free. And what that is doing, of course, is destroying the record companies, because record companies only really make money from selling records. So now what they're starting to do is they're taking the live money as well, the live income of an artist. Now, back in the day, for someone like myself, if you're not writing your song, I luckily write my own songs. But if you're an artist who doesn't write your own songs, the only way you're getting money really is through touring. Now record companies are going, right, we'll sign you, but we're going to take half of your money from touring as well. because they're not making enough from records.
And your music around the world, we talk about the Middle East, but in India, obviously, it's Asian music. In India, you're big in India.
Yeah, it kind of went crazy in India for me. I think that really had to do with the fact that India and plus, well, the Asian community never really had a young Asian guy doing English music, R&B music. We love listening to it, and we used to love going to the nightclubs and dancing to it, but we never had one of our own actually doing it. So as soon as that happened, because I was the first to do that, it kind of struck. It was like, wow, what's this? And it was just something completely unexpected and out of the blue, and it kind of took everyone by storm, including myself. Like, you know, it would happen very, very fast.
Pakistan, you had a concert that sounded a bit of a nightmare.
Oh my goodness. That was, I think, 2 years ago. I was in Pakistan doing a New Year's Eve show at, I think it was the President's golf club over there, and it was a beautiful ground, but literally just a couple of minutes after midnight, 3 bomb blasts occurred within a couple of miles radius of where we were. And that meant that, you know, of course, the whole thing it was crazy. And plus there was the airport was closed down, so we had to drive 9 hours to Islamabad airport from Lahore, which was just a nightmare.
So it wasn't a case of your show going with a bang, it went with 3 bangs.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, great to have you with us. Good luck with the career from here on in.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with bringing in lots of cash money in America.
Indeed.
Jay Sean there, talking to me earlier. We'll be discussing the worldwide trade in drugs after this short break.